Hey everybody, it's Michael Fair from filmfestivalcircuit.com, and today we're going to talk about two film festivals. That's right, we have a film that is nominated for an award in two of our film festivals coming up. One of them is the Georgia Comedy Film Festival Summer 2024, which is going to be taking place on August the 28th in Midtown Atlanta. And the other one, a whole nother judging group later on in the year, the original Houston Comedy Film Festival Fall 2024, taking place on October the 5th at the Coronation Theater. We are joined by Sammy. Sammy, introduce yourself and tell us about this film.
Hey, I'm Sammy Smedley, and I am the writer, director, producer, and actor in Xmas Anonymous.
Wow, you got a lot of slashes there. You did a lot of work.
I have too many hats on. I can't. I'm on balance.
Well, tell us, Director Sammy, exactly like what is this film about?
So it is an adult Christmas comedy short. It focuses around a group of Christmas addicts who are gathering for their their regular meeting, and there's a new member who incites almost a relapse in all of them. Well, almost might be an understatement. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, it gets a little crazy.
All right. Well, people out there love some Christmas, and I totally get it. So you got to tell me, why did you, and this is going to become a multi-part question, but we'll just start with, why did you want to create this specific idea, this specific film? Why did you have a vision for this one?
So I come from a very excitable family. They love the holidays. My mother is Italian, so we do Christmas. We celebrate the whole month long, and even post New Year's. It's always been such a big event for me growing up, and I also just feel generally throughout the years, I think we can all agree that people are celebrating Christmas earlier and earlier and earlier. You see Christmas things out practically the day after Halloween. So it's kind of inspired me to just, I don't know, take that concept of how crazy people are about Christmas and just, I mean, really just go insane with it. I definitely, again, I don't want to give too much away, but these are not your regular Christmas addicts. Um, I tried to find unique, creative ways of kind of expanding that idea of how people celebrate the holiday, finding the specifics, you know, of, specific things of what they love, whether it be, Christmas movies or Santa or the songs or just miscellaneous ways of showcasing holiday spirit.
All right, I like it. You did kind of explain that without explaining it, which is super cool, because you got some twists, you got some turns, you have good writing in your film. The judges really respect what you put together, and from a director standpoint, there's a lot of great comments about how you got this group to work, and the chemistry really with this group. Where did you find all these actors?
So it's really beautiful, actually. I've been an actor myself in New York City for 10 years. And throughout those 10 years, I worked on countless independent films. And I've just been collecting. It applies to my crew as well. All of my crew members I've worked with multiple times on different projects. All of these people, crew and cast, have never worked together, but I've worked with all of them. So it was
Okay.
really fun to bring everybody that I know, and obviously who I trust, which is a big thing for me because this was my first time writing and directing and acting all at once. And I really wanted to surround myself with artists that I could trust and I knew would have fun and also are just super duper talented. And they all blended in beautifully together. I don't know. It was really Christmas magic, I have to say. We did maybe one rehearsal before we showed up to film. And
No.
yeah, it was very risky. I'm not saying I recommend that, but it did work out in this case. But again, I think that goes with the fact that I had already personally worked with every single person I chose to be a part of this film, and I just kind of instinctively knew based off of personalities that they would all get it together, and they did.
Okay.
I mean, the actors especially, I love hearing that. Um, the pacing of everyone, and how they just kind of, I don't know, they just kind of read it out loud and felt it and knew it. It honestly made my job as the director quite easy. Having also written it, I can say there were a few roles that I, actually not even a few, yeah, maybe a few that I was kind of considering different actors for, but for the most part, I could hear their voices in my head while I was writing it. So really from the beginning, it was kind of always theirs, which
Okay.
is, it was, yeah, it was a really neat experience bringing everyone together.
Well, I'm gonna get you to expand a little bit on this, because being someone who worked on set myself, I know that being behind the camera and being in front of the camera have their own sets of challenges. You know, as the director, as the writer, you have a vision, and as an actor, you're trying to make the vision of the director, right? So there's this dynamic. You're on both sides of the camera in this case. So how was that experience? Did it come secondhand? Did you have any bumps and bruises? How did that work?
It did not come secondhand. It was really, really difficult. And I kind of knew that it would be. Uh, it's not easy. And it really brought a new respect for people that do that, because I, look, it was a flawless shoot. I mean, it was really wonderful. We were very lucky. There were no hiccups. And my director of photography I mean, he's just the best, and he was wonderful in guiding me as far as like the director cinematographer relationship goes. And so that helped relieve a lot of stress, because he came in with a lot of his own great ideas, and
Mm.
we were fortunately on the same page. So but it was really difficult, to the point where I definitely neglected myself as the actor a lot. I Everyone will say that they don't see it, but for me personally, I know that my performance, I walked away from feeling a little like I could have done more, because I was so focused on everybody else and
Mm.
directing everybody else, and I was also producing, so I was like doing that at the same time, and it was a lot to throw myself into, um, for my first time making a film, but um, I would do it again. I wouldn't say that it comes naturally, but I learned a lot.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, I mean, that's really what you can hope for, right? I mean, it wasn't a train wreck, but I did walk away understanding what it takes to do both at the same time. And it's nice. Now I know what that is. Now I know how it feels, and I know what I wouldn't do again. And going forward with our my other films, I'm kind of like, I had my producing partner direct our last one, just because I did want to focus more on the acting, and I knew that if I did both, I might run into the same problems I did the first time with Xmas. So there's that. But I'm not afraid to try it again, and I'm actually just saying this out loud now. I'm kind of eager to. Now I feel like I kind of have to.
No, well, you're good at it, and yeah, I know we're all our worst critic, right? But I thought your performance was very, very good, and I thought the way you brought these actors together was very good, and good job, really, good
Thank
job on this. So, next question: you talked about a few things. You hinted at other projects. Is there any future projects that you'd like to tell us about?
Yes, we just shot my last comedy short film this past spring, so it hopefully should be joining the festival circuit in 2025. Is the dream. It's a therapy comedy. I love self-help comedy, as we're gathering here. Well, I just love that subject. I find it to be. I love like disturbed characters, and putting funny situations is so
Sure.
cathartic to me. I feel like that's something, no matter what it's about, anyone can really understand and relate to in some way.
Mm.
So we have a therapy comedy coming out called How's That Working for You? So keep your eyes out for that. And then we're hopefully going to shoot my next short this winter. It's a sci-fi romantic comedy, kind of offbeat a little bit, a little sweeter this time, sweeter than Xmas Anonymous. Let's put it that way.
Good.
Not as wild, but
Well, this one's definitely, you got some shock moment going on. All right, I'm not going to give away too much. Well, that brings me to another question. If people want to follow your work, we do have a link to your Instagram in the description of the video on this YouTube video here. If someone goes to that link, what are they going to find?
On Instagram, you will find, well, I've pretty much linked my account with our production company's account, which is @_Blue Plumbago_ on Instagram. So you'll find all the updates on Xmas Anonymous and the films we're working on now and what's in development, as well as my individual, acting journey, which is still going. So you might get some on that as well.
All right, good stuff. Well, is there anything else you want to add before we go?
Just a massive thank you to you and to the Houston Comedy Film Festival. This is truly one of the greatest experiences I've had as an artist so far in my journey, and I'm so grateful to be included in both of those festivals, and just to celebrate Xmas Anonymous, because for me personally, it means so much to me, just because it is my first film baby that I've put out into the world, and I was so worried. It's such a strange film that I wasn't sure how people would respond to it, and I didn't know if it would find its audience, and it's just such a relief to know that it has, and I know it's in good hands with your audiences. So thank you so much. Truly, thank you.
You're very welcome. I appreciate the kind words. And anyone who's interested in seeing the film, it's playing at a lot of film festivals. I'm not going to lie, you're getting out there. But if you want to check it out, you're in the Atlanta area on the 28th of August, come on down. We'll be at Landmark Midtown, which is like the nicest venue out there. We also have the Atlanta Film Industry Meetup Group. So show up at 4. And it's totally free for our networking, and you can meet other people who are in the film industry in Atlanta. We hope that you'll buy a ticket and join us in the theater at 6 p.m. where we're going to have our awards program. And then at 7 p.m., we're going to screen a lot of funny films, including this one. So please come on out. And if you can't make Atlanta, you happen to be in Texas, we'll be playing at the Houston Comedy Film Festival in October, on October the 5th. And who knows, we might have some other screenings coming up in the future as well. But follow on Instagram. Sammy's an excellent artist in front and behind the camera, and you'll get a chance to see this film soon enough.
Thank you, Michael.
You're very welcome. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me. So I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Best of luck. You're welcome. Bye.